Hello and welcome back to Blood Rush League main bracket round 3. Here we have 0Practice versus Senzu, and we have 0Practice's pick here with Shrechik on the Xenomorph. Very excited to see how this goes. I think, if I recall correctly, this is the first Xenomorph set of the tournament, and we get a very quick tag here on Slasher on the Ada. Oh my, and we do get the pallet drop and the run into main, but will we get the follow-up hit? Oh, and we do, and there goes our first down really quick into the game. As we can see here, we have Forced Hesitation, Ruin, Erupt, Pain Res, and it looks like Ruin is being cleansed right now by Karamazov on the Nancy. Yes, there goes Ruin very early into the trial. That's not what you want to see from your Hex perks, but sometimes it's just how it happens. Such is the life of a Hex perk. But we're going to continue on. We're going to get our first hook here, opting not to Pain Rest, probably due to just how fast that down was, right? You're not going to get a lot of Pain Rest value from that quick down, as like the gens would be barely progressed here. Like if we get a Pain Rest, it hits a gen at 20%, it loses 20% of 20%. That's not a lot. But we're back in chase here with Karamazov, now in chase near the hook. This is pretty good. You kind of want to be taking chase near the hook as the killer, as it makes it so when they do get that unhook, you could go straight back there. Oh my, for the people immediately happens here from Love Knock on the Fung Min. And we are in chase here with Fung, probably gonna get our second fresh hook here of the trial. Oh, and a very good down there with the tail. Tritric hitting these tail stabs, man. Oh my god, very well played by them, and that's going to be our second hook. I would imagine that we probably would want to shoot for a Pain Rest right now, but I don't think we're... I guess they were all kind of far away, so we're just going to do a regular hook. No Pain Rest yet. We do put Eruption on this gen here by 10. And we're in a pretty good spot here with 2 hooks, 1 gen finished. I mean, Xenomorph isn't the strongest killer, right? So when you get these early fresh hooks, you'd be happy. I'd be happy to get 2 stages for the first generator. Even if it's 2 stages on 2 separate survivors. Ooh, we see a flame turret here at mid. First flame turret of the trial does not knock Tritrek off of the crawler mode, which is so big. Xenomorphs chase, and like Xenomorph as a killer gets so much weaker when you knock them out of crawler mode, as they're just Trapper without traps. I'm pretty sure, I think they're taller than Trapper as well, so it's even easier to see them over some loops. We do get the pre-drop here, a very good crouch here by Love Knock on Fun, and we're gonna take chase here in Shack. Pre-dropping that pallet, but will we get hit with the tail? Ooh, we're trying to jiggy and leave the loop, and a very good crouch there gets them. Oh my. Love Knock playing this chase exceptionally well here. Kind of juicing, but will they make it to another resource? And will they be able to avoid the next tail strike? Oh, we are in... Oh, very good crouch. I was going to say we just entered Bloodlust 1 and we spend it by using a power. Another very good crouch. Oh my god, Knock. Oh my god, this is what you want to see when you're what do you call that? From your teammates when you're playing Survivor. The gen pressure the survivors are able to get right now would be pretty solid from this chase. This chase is lasting ages, and another dodge. They're crazy. Oh my god. And it's not like Tritrick is like playing sending unlikely to hit M2s. These M2s are fairly were sent in spots where they'll be fairly consistent. Just that Love Knock kind of juice there. We do get the Pain Res on the 99 gen. Disaster. Oh, but will they get the gen finish? They're fairly close to the killer, and it looks like they will be forced off the gen. No, this is worst possible scenario. Oh no. And we enter chase here with Krell. I'm not gonna lie, that is like probably some of the biggest possible Pain Rest value one could get. Hitting a 99 gen and immediately being able to force the survivor off of that gen because it's near the hook. Oh my god. And another gen does finish here in the background. Oh, fake by Fung. But will she make it? Oh, she does have this resource, but she opts to loop around it. Our borrowed time should be expiring any second now, and it looks like she's going to go die under the pallet here. Will we see a pallet save? This is a very sus... Oh no. Oh my god, everyone is here. Hello. We have 3 survivors all in the same area. And we are going to get our first sacrifice here. Unfortunately, as Love Knock will be sacrificed. 1 gen remaining. Oh, But this is a pretty solid spot for our survivors. 1 gen remaining, tunnel out at 1. You're probably looking at outs here unless the survivors make a significant mistake or the killer just plays insanely crazy. Like, if Tritric hits every single M2 and ends chases in like 15 seconds, then yeah, maybe it's a 4K1, maybe a 4K0. But this is pretty solid here for our survivors. Like, look at that gen spread. We have a gen 5, gen main, and I think that's a gen 11 or 12. Like, how is this? I genuinely think this is not defendable. So we might have to play for stages here. We have and to make things worse, we have a gen at 50%. We have not gotten knocked out of crawler mode yet. Ooh, and a very good tail stab there to deny the flame turret. All the flame turrets are in this generator. Oh me, oh my. But this means that there's like, a survivor can just run to the gen at 5 and just stack it, or like double stack it, or just single stack it. Like, it's gonna be a 2-1 split, right? Oh my gosh, and the Sino just comes out of the tunnels here, catching the reset. Very good here. Krell in chase, dodging that tail. Will we get hit here? They're goofing the window. Oh, it's Karamazov now in chase. And, they do get hit by the M2. They drop the pallet. And will we get a down? Yes, and we get an M1. And that hits Eruption on our gen, and probably a Pain Res here. A thing to note is we do have Force Hesitation in the build. I'm not entirely sure if we've gotten crazy Force Hesitation value. We did get an injure, I believe, on Krell earlier when we downed Feng and then picked her. Yeah, and that was Force Hesitation. Oh, and I just realized the pallet save onto Feng there didn't happen because of Force Hesitation. Ada was slightly too slow because of that hinder. Alright, and we are going to just come out of the tunnel, kick a gen, go back to the tunnel, probably go back to the hook as the hook gets pulled here. Very good for the survivors to pull this hook, and we're gonna go here, cutting our survivors off ideally. Ooh, we do spot them on this pallet. Both survivors injured. Oh no. As we down Jake, hit that eruption. Will we pick? Yes, we do. And we will probably see another pain res here. This is where you want to cash in those pain reses to get as much regression as you want in this 1v3 with this very spread 3-gen. We hit the pain res here. We see the sparks come out of this gen. I believe the pain res hit the gen all the way down here at 5. Wait, this is really good. That means that's the most progressed gen. It's about 50%. So Tritric here should be kind of chilling, realizing like, hey, I probably have another like 40 seconds to chase a survivor before a gen could pop. Do break some pallets. Slowly running the map out of resources here for our survivors. But like, I don't know, this is a bit scary here. It could go either way, as we do have an injured survivor playing the pull. If they make a mistake, right? And Nancy does go down, but thankfully they do get the pull. In the hypothetical situation, right, that Tritric didn't leave right away, spotted Nancy, and gets the down there, the game could just end, right? Because you'd have one slugged, one hooked, and then one healthy. But we're going to go back here. We're going to see if we could catch the 2 survivors before they get away and re-stealth. We do spot some scratch marks going into the 4 area, 3 area. We see a crow fly up, and we are in chase once again here. And it's very good. They did not get a reset. Both survivors injured. Nancy and both of them on first hook, right? So it doesn't really matter who we down as long as we down someone. Will we get a tail attempt? No, Nancy just hits the vault. We vault after her with our, I believe we have the 30% vault speed while in crawler mode, as that vault was extremely fast. I believe it is that purple add-on. Yeah, no, crazy value there. And we do hit the eruption. We do spot we do spot a survivor hit with eruption there. We tried to swing on the turret, but that turret was not set up. It was dropped by the survivor, so it's just sitting on the ground. It's not deployed. It won't be shooting any fire anytime soon unless survivor picks it up and sets it up. And we enter a chase here with Ada here at our 11 tile in the T and L. They do pick Nancy Slug. This is really good. If we get the tag here on Ada, everyone's injured. And we get that M1. The caster's curse as Jake gets healed. I think Tritric here is going for probably getting everyone injured and going for a 3 slug. I think that's a very feasible play in this scenario, as we do have 1 pain res left, and I believe that pain res is on Krell. Oh wait, no, sorry, the pain res is on Slasher, on Ada. we kick the gen. Eruption does not hit it. I think we might be at our regression limit of 8 regression events per generator. And so the pressure is on here for Tritric to, get some momentum on their side and take it away from the survivors. You get a firecracker, the survivor runs up here and they hit the vault, but we vault after them with our 30% vault speed. Will they make it anywhere? This might be a repeat of what happened to Nancy. And they do get a double reset off of this down. This is very good here. This does indicate to Tritric, though, that they're not doubling the gen, and they have time to go hook here, possibly. I think the best play here is just hook close as possible, and then just run to the gen. Make a beeline to the gen. Nancy's going to try and stop the regression. I think she might get the regression stop before Zeno gets there. Yes, we do get that regression stop. And if that generator is at our regression limit, the progress can no longer go down. And so it's going to be very scary here for our killer. You'll definitely start feeling the pressure if these chases don't end quick enough. We get a very good hit here on Karamazov as they're vaulting that TNL, and they don't get much distance as, the hit was taken while vaulting. So some of that on-hit movement speed was wasted. And we do get the down, and we get a hook right next to the gen. Oh no. This is an insane hook for our killer here. And yeah, no, this puts us in now a very commanding position. Sure, both survivors are reset and healed, but the hook is right next to the most active gen. We did see some of the footprints there, which means there were some footprint noises while in the tunnel, so we do know the survivors in there. We get the killer instinct. Oh no! I think Slasher was unaware that they got spotted there through the killer instinct. I think they might have thought they were far enough away from the tunnel. But this is not good here, right? We know one survivor was towards the 5 area. Slasher was there for the pull. They get injured, so now they can no longer pull. And this forces Krell here to come and try to pull Nancy. And if Nancy dies on this hook, we're in a 1v2 situation. And I don't know if the gens are pronged enough for that to result in a 4K0. And now, I think at this point, Karamazov is going to die on hook. It's unfeasible for a Krell to hook straight because it's the same result, right? There'll be a dead survivor. This is nuts. Slasher getting found and getting tagged there before the pull might be game changing. Oh no, and we do get the down here. And I think we are just gonna opt to hook. As this Pain Wrestle, make sure no other gen pops. The only gen that's threatening to pop is probably that gen at 12. Yes, it hits this gen that's barely progressed. The other gen is at its regression limit, and Slasher here is now on the hook, and Krell needs to possibly try and pull. We do spot our survivor here. Oh, and we're going to come out of the tunnels as he's approaching. But yeah, this is a very slow tunnel exit because of the hook placement. Like, it was right next to the hook. And wait, does this mean... Oh, Krell makes it to hatch! Krell body blocks the hatch! They made it! Oh my god! What a play from Krell. And that secures a 3K1 with 11 stages. And so that means that our win condition for our next killer will be a 4K2 with a tie condition of a 4K1, I think. Sorry, that's a 4K1 win condition with a tie con of 3K1 11 stage. But yes, unfortunately though, our next the footage for the next game of this set has been corrupted, and unfortunately we were unable to recover it. As such, the result of the next killer was, I believe it was 5 stage 2 fresh for Last Fear playing Xenomorph for Senzu. This means that the set does go to 0Practice, giving them a 1-0 lead here against Senzu. And we will be moving on to our next set, which is Ghostface on Hawkins Lab. This time it's yeah, I believe we will be seeing Senzu's pick here, and we will see how it goes. See you guys in a bit. Hello and welcome back to Blood Rush League main bracket round 3 here with Senzu versus 0Practice, and I think we have Tree Trick playing again, Killer again, here for 0Practice, and we have the Ghost Face on Hawkins Lab, and yeah, very I think Hawkins is a very fun map for Ghostface. It's not Larry's. Some would say that I think some would say that this map might be better for Ghostface than Larry's. I'm not sure. I'm not a Ghostface player. I don't play this killer a lot, but I do enjoy watching it. But we have seen really good results from ghost faces on this map. Sometimes we get staged, but we have seen 4Ks happen, and it's very nice to see. On typically, like, you know, ghost face, you're expecting stages as you're just an, like, literally just an M1 killer with the ability to get some insta downs occasionally, but it requires survivors to like lose communication and lose sight of the killer, really. If the survivors maintain that communication and like the general idea of where the killer is, it's very hard to get these like full markdowns. Oh, and we do get the down before Blood Warden wears off. A thing to note with our build, it's a very hex-focused build with Thrill, Undying, Blood Warden, and Blood Favor, not Blood Warden. I'm fucking sorry, guys. It's very late in the night. It's 5 a.m. for me. Blood Favor and Ruin. Oh my. But we do get a hook here into basin. Very good value from our Blood Favor. Ace almost getting that down. Oh my god, right at the last second there. That hit take from Slasher there and turning that perk on. But to be fair, if the hit take didn't happen, they would probably have died a lot sooner. We do get a 60% stock here on Karamazov. A thing to note against Ghostface, it can be very scary to go pull from basement if you're not aware of just how high stocked you are. Because if you make a mistake and try to pull from basement while you're like 99 stocked and you get insta down all the way down, it could be game losing if to get 2 survivors into basement like that. But yeah, we can see there's some gen progress here at the bottom. We are in a chase here. Gonna probably just try to get as much stock onto Nancy here as possible. Nancy's doing a really good job here. Karamazov breaking that line of sight, making sure that it's as hard as possible for Trichik here to get any more stock onto them. And the totem does go down, and that is, unfortunately, we lose the 1 in 3 chance. And we lose our Ruin here. And so we're down to Thrill, Blood Favor, and we do get a survivor coming into the basement for a pull right before Krell goes second. This is what you want to see, but this is what I mean. You could just get insta-down, but thankfully they got the pull before they got insta-down. And yeah, we're going to probably see Nancy put in basement this time. And that will be our second stage, second fresh here for Tritrick. Oh my. If I was the killer here, I'd be pretty happy with this position. A gen hasn't popped. We've again had 2 stage 2 fresh before a gen pops here, and our survivor is in the basement near some of our more near a pretty tight cluster of gens here with the gen bottom, mid, gen 5, gen 7, and gen of top 6. Like, yeah, the survivors have to get to that top 6 gen, right? The survivors have to take the bottom 6 stairs, and there's only 2 stairs up, and we could kind of just patrol this. Not gonna lie, this is looking like Karamazov might go second here. We're going to try and stalk down the hall, see if we could build some stock in. Because if we get the stock as the survivors are coming to try and pull, right? It could mean that they just can't pull with the expose from Ghostface. And we are just kind of staying here by the basement entrance here, just leaning around the corner, getting that stock. Thing to note is that Ghostface does stock significantly faster when you're leaning around the corner, and with drop leg knife sheath, when we get that max stock, that 10% haste can be very nasty. We could see Karamazov there go to second stage, getting our 3rd hook of the trial. We are seeing some prog made on that gen. Unfortunately, like, you know, we don't have Ruin anymore. We don't really have like any sort of other gen regression aside from just dry kicking gens, which is not ideal. But I don't know. This is getting really scary for our survivors, right? Because we're at 4 gens remaining. Like, I feel like surely there's like another gen, like those 2 gens in the distance are going to pop if we let Karamazov die here, as we did let them go second. Like probably Slasher or Last Fear should probably come pull here. I'm not sure. If they make the call to let Karamazov die, they need to get at least 2 to 3 gen pops here. Otherwise, it's gonna be so rough. Having a tunnel out happen at well, I was gonna say 4 gens remaining. Now it's 3 gens remaining. It's gonna be pretty good here for our killer. As yeah, Karamazov does die in the basement. Unfortunately, that'll be our first sacrifice at 3 gens remaining. And we do get the dry kick here on the gen. And we do get spotted as we're kicking the gen. That's such a good play by Slasher there to go back and spot Ghostface as he's kicking the gen. That's so big as we have to wait our full Night Shroud cooldown to get it back here. I think we might take the tag here. It's just 25% stock, so it's not really super high. And a gen does pop. Very good gen pressure here. 2 gens popping for Karamazov's death, but I don't know if that was fast enough. Like if that gen at bottom it popped like as the same time as that other as the gen I believe that was at 10 popped, I think that would have been very good here as the survivors could have rotated to other gens a lot sooner, especially this gen here at 7 that's threatening to pop. But yes, now we're playing in our 1v3 situation. Oh no. And that is disaster here for Slasher and our survivors as we do get the hook. And we are going to see another basement hook. Oh my, basement has gotten so much value this game. And this puts our survivors in a fairly difficult predicament as the basement hook is near all of these gens that Tritric wants to defend. We see the gen here at bottom mid. We see the gen at we see the entrances to the gen at top 6, and then we're like a couple of seconds walk away from gen 7 and gen 5. Like we do know a survivor was lurking towards that 4 to 5 area. And they do manage to get the pull. We're gonna get some stock once again. We're gonna 99 our stock, and I don't know about tagging there as the stock was 99. We do know that the last survivor is down here. Like that, sorry, this rescuing survivor. However, we opt to not spend the time checking every single locker, and we're going to go back to defend our gens, which is a fair call. However, like I think hitting Slasher there at the last second was just like a mistake. We just wasted our 99 stock on them. And they could be very much 99 stock now, and it wouldn't matter if they got reset, right? Where did the survivor go? I feel like we just saw some scratch marks by the pallet, and they are gone. Oh, there they are. And it is Krell here in the chase. We're going to see some wallet value as we break the pallet and immediately enter Night Shroud once again. Ooh, we're getting our stock in. Krell at 75%. We're going to opt to just leave that here, and we find, I believe this is Last Fear on Adam. I don't know. This gen at 7 is really threatening to pop, and it's really scary here. If the survivors could get it to pop, that would be so big for them. Ooh. We do spot Krell. We're gonna get some stock in. We're gonna 99 that stock pretty much, like 95 to 99. Pretty much next time Krell enters chase, they are going to be exposed. We're gonna get drop leg value, hopefully. And we do spot some survivors here playing for that. Oh no, not the injured Ada. And it looks like we weren't punished here for just tagging Ada earlier, as she did not get reset. We win the mind game, I think. Oh, no, the stairs make it too long of a distance to swing around, and we do get a blind here. Very well played by our survivors. They're getting very well played to Ada, getting out of that situation that looked very dicey. And we are on our way back to our gens here. I believe the survivors have been working it. We can see it's about 75% progressed. Krell here, I believe, was the survivor working it? Because Krell was playing this side of the map. I wouldn't be surprised if we see them again. And with their stock at 95%, it is going to be very scary for them. Oh, we do spot another survivor here. I believe it is... Oh, it is Krell. And we go enter chase here. We have drop like knife sheath, and he opts not to drop the pallet. Oh no, even if this other pallet was up, I don't think he would have made it. And we do get our down here, and we do get a hook. A beamer attempt happens, but not quite. And a very good hook here. And this puts us in a situation where we're threatening the 4K1. As that gen does pop, putting us in that 4K1 possible scenario. We do get a hook here from Slasher, and it's going to be a hook trade. Oh, this is Krell has to have a good chase here. They have to be able to pull the killer to like 12 or something. Oh, not ideally not 6, but if they need to pull the killer away or at least have a long enough chase that Last Fear here is able to pick Slasher up. And we do see it. We do see Slasher get picked. I don't know if they'll be able to get fully healed. But I mean, it's looking like Adam is just sticking the heal. So we'll probably see Ada get fully healed. But this means we are entering our 1v2 here with not a lot of gen progress. But both survivors being fully healed and 0 stock is very good for us, for the survivors. So, yeah, this, like, I mean, realistically, I don't think they're popping a gen in a 1v2 with this low gen prog. Even on a killer like Ghostface. If Tritrick just plays it well enough and doesn't overcommit any of his chases, we should see a 4k1 and we get a very good stock into down there. Well played. And we will be going back towards the top of the map here, slugging Adam. Ideally, we're going to find Ada before they pop a gen or get the pull on Adam. And we are entering Night Shroud here at the 5 area. So if Ada was following the TR, it would have dropped immediately. So this gives an indication that like Ghostface entered Night Shroud. Ada here, just stealthing, looking at a wall, very aurified by them. They kind of have to play for a pick here on Last Fear, I believe. Oh no. Can we get a PC check? How did we... Okay, we do spot them in the locker area, looking into the wall. And that will be, I think, our last chase of the trial. Yeah. And unfortunately, Slasher did not have enough distance there to make it to pick Last Fear up. And we will be seeing a 4k1 on Ghostface, which is honestly a very solid result here, putting our win condition for our next killer at 4k2. Which, on Ghostface, I know it's on an indoor map and it's Hawkins, like, it can be doable. But I think it's still a very scary win condition for a killer like this. And we do get a Mori here on Adam. We're going to get a picture with him. Oh, poor Adam. Oh. But that's another picture for Ghostface's collection, and we will move on to our next match. And we'll be back momentarily as we get that sorted. Hello and welcome back to Blood Rush League main bracket round 3 here with Senzu versus 0Practice. We are on our second game of our second set here with Last Fear on the Ghostface, and we have a win condition of 4k2 against 0Practice's survivors. It's going to be tough. I've seen 0Practice play before. Their survivors are pretty good, and so very excited to see how this game's going to turn out. We do get a very early stock there onto Good Khan on Quan, and it's about 60% as Kirzip here reveals Last Fear from Night Shroud, and we will be entering chase for it. And we enter Bloodlust 1 here. Ooh, we try a short swing as Kirzip greets the pallet, makes it to this next one, and they continue the loop here. But with Bloodlust 2, will we make it back to that pallet that they need to play? Oh, Oppa! Oh, okay. A swing for the fences here by Last Fear, but I don't know. Kirzep here is just dodging these hits, and we finally get one. And Blood Favor does proc. We do have a very similar build with Thrill and Thrill, Ruin, Blood Favor, and instead of Undying, it is Sloppy Butcher with once again Alston's Wallet and drop like Knife Sheath. So we're gonna hit V here, leave, get that Hemorrhage and Mangled onto her, and move on to our next survivor here. Hopefully catch a survivor off on a gen, and we do spot Yoichi here. I'm afraid I don't speak Russian and I can't understand Cyrillic, so I don't know how to pronounce that name. My apologies. And we do attempt to get some stocks there, but we get revealed, and like, oh my god, the gens are just popping. This puts us at a 3 gens remaining. This is so good for our survivors here. Oh my god, and an amazing stun by Yumiko. This is what I mean. 0Practice survivors, man. Like, they're very, very good. And we're gonna spot a gen here that's very high prog. And once again, we have Yoichi in the chase here. They get fully stocked this time. Oh. And we will be getting our first down here. Very good spot though for our survivors. Oh no. Getting a tag here is not ideal. As Yumiko, I believe, was trying to come here for maybe a beamer attempt, but that tag does trigger Blood Favor, and they managed to get to a pallet and drop it before Ghostface caught up, thankfully, through the Blood Favor. But I think we might just be going back here to pick. Oh my. Oh no. We lose our 75% stock on Khan as a gen pops in the background. This is looking dicey here for Last Fear. Oh, and unfortunately, Yoichi does not vault there and does go down to Ghostface. We will now be seeing our first look of the trial with 2 generators remaining. However, it's next to a very progressed gen here. But with a gen spread like this, I feel like our survivors are a bit in a good position. Like, they just have to pop one more gen to get this to a tie condition. Yeah, no, and we are going to be looking for our survivors. We did hear a noise notification here in mid. That's probably not, you probably don't want this when we have all 3 survivors here. Oh no. This is very scary here for our survivors, as we do get the hit here onto Quan. Every 2 people are injured. Kizip here is not. Good Khan needs to have a pretty good chase here, as they ideally will pull Yoichi out of this chase. Maybe get some gen prog as well. But all the survivors being 12 means that Last Fear here could just kind of watch for any crosses, and we do spot Kirzip here crossing on V, and we will be getting a hook trade onto her. Oh no, not the auto aim. No. Oh my god, the survivors are playing so well. They're getting V out of that situation, but this means that Yoichi here is going to immediately enter chase here as a potential tunnel out. We maybe get them to second. We swing through a pallet and a miss. Very unfortunate. We hit Bloodlust 1. Ooh, we spot Jake here trying to work main, and we will be getting it down on Yumiko and our second hook and second fresh of the trial. Oh my gosh. I want to say the Ruin putting in the work here. The generator at 5 is... Oh, wait, no, at 7. The generator at 7 has probably regressed to less than half at this point. Probably even to 30% or so. Yeah, my gosh. It is gone. All that progress down the drain. It really goes to show just how strong hook placements can be. And that triple reset in main, at top, 12, it's at Portal Room, I don't know, getting caught there was so detrimental for the momentum of our survivors. We are slowly getting some resets out here. We are lurking around this the Portal Room 12 area, and we do spot our survivors once again resetting in the same place. And we are on this new filler palette. They did rework the upper area of this they did rework the upper area here on the main in Hawkins a while back. And this palette is fairly new. However, you have to be careful about hugging too close to this rail, as the killer can short swing over it. I've seen clips of survivors getting down through that a few times. But we will be getting our third fresh here. I don't know. I still feel like our survivors are in such a good position despite everything. We have no one really is in a position to be tunneled out. We have 3 fresh hooks with 3 hook stages on the bank. Ooh. Jake, unfortunately, Yumiko running into the killer there, taking an M1. Will they make a resource is the question, and it's not likely. As we do get the down here at bottom mid, and we will... I think, yeah, we'll pick. It's okay if they pull here. We'll pick. Secure a second hook, survivor onto death hook, potentially turning this into a 1v3 relatively quickly. And we hook bottom mid here at between bottom mid and 6. And we just, once again, have to look for survivors trying to rotate for this pull, and potentially catch survivors also trying to work gens here. Oh no, we found Kirzip. Here on V, we get the drop leg knife sheath, and it looks like we get a bit of a pre-drop there, and we get, yeah, I don't know. This is just a very unsafe pallet. Not another auto aim. No, it feels like all the terrain objects on this map are so big today. And we do get that lunge around and down on Kirzip here as we do hook V for our fourth fresh hook of the trial. Like, yeah, we're getting the hook stages in, but we have to remember it's two generators remaining. Like, yeah, we do have Thrill, we do have Rune, we do have Blood Favor, but they have to play really well in a 1v4 to get like to make sure a gen doesn't get done through Ruin here. A bit of stalking here onto Goodcon at bottom mid. We get them to about 75%. Will we fully finish the stock? I think we will, and we do get it. We get a full stock here, putting Quan into our exposed condition. They hit the vault, they don't get across, and we get another down here. Looks like we're going to slug and go back towards our hook here, which is a fair call. They do pull Kirzip here, and we could potentially catch them rotating away from the hook. This would be very good for our killer as we enter Night Shroud now, dropping our, getting our undetectable to hopefully catch up on, sneak up on a survivor. We do get the tag here on Yoichi, putting once again 3 survivors injured, 1 survivor slugged. I feel like the momentum right now is slowly but surely shifting to Last Fear side. They just have to keep the survivors like off the gens, let Ruin do its work, and like they could potentially 4K to this. It really comes down to how well the survivors play this macro wise. Like you could have, or like we could either have a really strong chase, or the survivors just play very solid macro here, and I Gaster's curse, I guess. My bad. I kind of jinxed it. That is not what you want to see as 2 survivors get each other stuck, and unfortunately, Kirzip does go down off of that. A bit of miscommunication there. I feel like one survivor should have vaulted, the other one should have went around. This is not ideal, not ideal whatsoever. We do spot all the survivors. We got 3 out of 4 of the survivors injured. We do have a reset happening probably in the background, and we catch, oh no. We catch Yoichi working that generator that they've been trying to get finished since earlier. Ruin putting in the work. I know I said this earlier, but I think Ruin is the highlight of this perk set right now. It is getting so much value. And we will be putting Yoichi here onto Death Hook. And this is not gonna lie, like if we could get a tunnel out happening, like we catch either Yumiko or Yoichi after they get pulled, this might be an unwinnable position for our survivors with if they do not get rid of Ruin. As oh my god, all the gens are just regressing. Oh, we do spot Kirzip here. We get revealed out of Night Shroud, but we do unfortunately take that M1. At that point, right? If you don't if you're not in a position to pre-drop that ballot and just leave, it kind of gets you stuck there, and it's just constant 50s until you either get hit or die. Or the killer, the killer could give up if you just juice them in every 50, but you know what I mean? I don't know. Like, we've been on 2 gens for a while, and part of me is like, yeah, there's a gen that's gonna pop very soon. But the thing is, Ruin is just that strong. Really crazy. We're going to go back towards Kizipsuk here. Maybe we could catch a survivor unhooking. This would be probably one of the worst scenarios for the survivor team is if we let if our unhook does get spotted and Kirzip does die on the hook. Oh, this is not good. And we go down Yoichi, and we will be getting our first sacrifice of the trial at 2 generators remaining here. Oh my god. From that first chase to this, it's very unfortunate they weren't unable to keep that momentum going. We're going to be checking our gens here, but I mean, like I said, Ruin has put in so much work. We do spot Quan here. Will we get the down? Yes, and we do down Good Khan here. And that will be another survivor on Death Hook. Sorry, also we are in a 1v3. Yoichi has died. I forgot to mention. But now every single survivor out of the three is on death hook, so they have to play it really safe, or this could turn into a 1v2. And a 1v2 can very easily turn into no gens getting popped. Looks like we're gonna opt to chase Jake here, not Yoichi. Jake, as they are rotating to pull Goodcon off of the hook. I think they just had them I think they just realized like the ghost face is pretty much committing them and they shouldn't put open the school until they're gone. I don't know, it's what? Sorry, we're gonna get it down here. And yeah, no, this is good. This puts us in a 1v2 situation with 2 gens remaining and Ruin in play. Oh my. Sorry, I kind of just got lost a bit for a bit there. My bad. We are back. And this is really bad. This is Ruin in a 1v2. Gens shouldn't pop. Thrill does go, and unfortunately, it was not Ruin. Oh no. And we do get a reset, but it's a bit too little too late here. I don't think a gen can pop. No, we do catch the reset. I believe we heard our survivor through the floor. And a bit of a nod there for Last Sphere, managing to pull this into a 4K2. How did this happen? I don't know. But it did. And we're just... Wow. Wow, I'm shocked that we managed to pull this off. Considering that start that we had with 3 gens popping and with... Very well played here. Oh my god. And the survivors were also fairly locked in. I think it was just the miscommunication, catching the survivors all resetting 12, that little incident at that one area with I believe it was V and someone else, V and Jake. Oh, poor V. And we will be seeing another photo here for Ghostface as he collects a photo of poor V for the Mori. No, that was a crazy comeback by Last Sphere here, playing for Senzu, getting them that tiebreaker that they need. Oh my god. I don't know, man. Like, it was going so well until it wasn't. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, no, that pulls us to I'm actually very excited for this, Huntress tiebreaker. We will be seeing Huntress in a map you don't normally see her, which is Gideon Meat Plant with Eerie Hatchet forced alongside Wooden Fox. So very excited to see that. And I hope you guys are excited to see this too, as this is a very unusual set to see in comp. And yeah, no, let's get that going, and I'll see you guys in a bit. Hello and welcome back to Blood Rush League main bracket round 3 here with Senzu versus 0Practice in our season 4 tournament here. We have Last Sphere once again playing killer for Senzu, and it is a 1-1, and we are in our tiebreaker and our very first Huntress set of the season, and it is Gideon Meat Plant. Oh, Eerie Hatchet, Wooden Fox, as unfortunately Kirzep does go down here once again on the V, and we might be seeing a basement hook. Oh no. And it looks like our build, by the way, is Thrill Ruin. Again, a very popular combo here in Blood Rush League. I reckon it's probably behind Pain Rest Erupt. It's probably the most popular combo. And we do have Pain Rest and Agi to pair with it. So very strong build here. No Corrupt Intervention, but like, I guess we didn't need it with it down that fast. And we are undetectable here from Wooden Fox. Every time we reload, I believe it's like 20 or 30 seconds of undetectable. It's fairly good here, though it does not suppress the Lullaby of the Huntress. But in a map like this, where it's like fairly small, like size-wise because of the verticality, right? You probably will be getting the Lullaby a lot, like even if she's not necessarily very close to you. So it could be a bit tricky trying to estimate if she's like actually near you or if she's actually a floor below you. Oh, no connection there. This is what you want to see from the start when you're playing against this, right? You want to be dodging these individual hatchets. The Huntress loses so much distance and wastes so much time each time a hatchet is missed, as we only have one hatchet per reload. But It is a very lethal hatchet as it does insta down. This means that like it's a very very volatile set. I feel like you can have instances where the huntress just doesn't get a down, right? Like we 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 miss like 3 hatchets and we waste so much time. The survivors across the map. A gen, 2 gens do pop here for poor Kirzep here being going second in basement, but there's not much you could do when the huntress can just insta down the rescuer. And like I said, there are instances where chases where you miss the hatchets, the survivors get infinite distance, you're depressed. And then there are situations where you turn the corner, the chase starts, and they're instantly dead. Like very, very, very explosive chases here with this with these add-ons. Oh my, and that will be our third hook, second fresh of the trial, and V does get pulled, and V takes the hit. Guys. Oh, wait, okay, never mind. I was gonna say, what are we doing? But okay, I'm honestly speechless. Was that necessary? I mean, it was cool. It could have not worked. I don't know. I feel like maybe if Huntress lunged there instead of grabbing, like V just dies. But I'm a bit I'm speechless, honestly. V does an amazing hit take there for, I believe it was Good Khan on Kwan. Gears up taking that hit and then running towards the pallet only to get it slammed in her face by Good Khan, and then getting grabbed off of the pallet vault and then getting beamer saved by Good Khan. I don't know, man. That was definitely one of the series of events that can happen on Dead by Daylight. Yeah. But this is a good position here for our survivors, right? We have 3 generators remaining. There's like a possible tunnel out, and it's the tunnel out has successfully like kind of been saved here. We are in chase here with Yumiko. If we get a quick down here on Yumiko, this is good, but chasing that loop on a 4.4 killer, honestly, like, oh, so painful. We do miss the hatchet and we are forced to reload here. We do go downstairs, reload next to this gen. I don't know. This is fairly good here for our killer, but for a survivor, sorry. But once again, it could just go completely on its head with just 1 or 2 well-placed hatchets. We do see some scratch marks here at the gen by near the basement. But we do not find the survivor, I believe. And we're off to look for someone else. Oh my, this is very good. The killer has pretty much, like, the survivors have eluded the killer. Okay, well played. Very good hatchet. Honestly, I thought I was gonna miss, but no, it clips I believe it's Yoichi. It clips Yoichi in the head, and we get our first pain res of the match here with Aji. Oh my. And that's what we need. We need to get our gens a bit slower here with 3 generators remaining. I feel like there's multiple gens at the moment with lots of progress here, so oof. And yeah, like what do like honestly, if I was if it's last Fear's position here, I'd be like, the number one thing we need to do is find V, and that's exactly what Last Fear does. Like, well played by them as a gentness pop in the background, putting us to 2 genders remaining. And it's up to Kirzip here to be able to like last in this chase for as long as possible. Maybe a teammate can come in and help them somehow, but it's going to be hard as you can't really take an insta down hatchet. I mean, you'll take the down for them, but I don't know if that's worth it. They might be going down here very momentarily. They do dodge the hatchet. Will they dodge the M1? They greet the pallet. Oh my god, kids are playing this really well. Oh no, they greeted one too many. Wait, no, they make it with 4.4. Oh my god. How are we playing this? Oh, we do finally get the down here, and it's just going to be a 50, and unfortunately, Kirzep does lose that, and we will be seeing our first sacrifice here as another gen pops, 1 gen remaining. And yeah, here's up will be our first sacrifice of the trial, getting us our 5th hook stage. And not gonna lie, that like V's chase potentially game winning. Like we are definitely in stages territory right now. Like if the survivors make a mistake, right, and like get like down, like let's say Yoichi gets M1 down because they're injured. Good Khan is like there, gets Hatchet down, and then we have 2 slugs. Like, oh no. But I honestly, I don't see that happening. The survivors, I think 0Practice's survivors are very competent. Oh, unfortunately, they do get hit through that medium vault. And yeah, I mean, we could potentially hook Yoichi here for 6 stages. The gen pressure is there though, and it's very scary to pick there because the gen could pop. Will we see a hatchet hit? Not quite, and I believe they make it over big with that. Yeah, they do. And a vault back over in chase here. Good Gun has to make a decision here. Okay, they did make the decision. The decision was to finish a gen or to pick, and they did get that pick. Will the gen finish? We do get a pull, getting undetectable with Wooden Fox. Sorry, not pull up. A reload from the locker. And oh my. Honestly, it's very good position here for our killer. Not for our killer, for our survivors. My bad. It is like 6 a.m. for me. It's really late. And oh no, not a miss. This is not what you need here. We need really Last Sphere here needs to start handling these hatchets if they want to get like high stages or even a 4K here. Like because of how like I said earlier, this how explosive the chases can be with this killer, very volatile, can go either way very quickly. Yeah, well, a couple of good hits with the hatchets here can secure a 4K one, maybe a 4K 0. But at the same time, a couple of misses will pretty much means you're getting staged. You have to be so precise with a single hatchet. But yeah, we are stuck in the position of... I think we meant to shoot the hatchet before reloading there. But we are stuck in this position, right? This 3-gen that's a bit spread out. We're a 4.4 killer. We are walking everywhere. We are not very fast. We do spot Good Khan here on you on Quan. We opt not to chase, and we instead spot Yoichi. Ruin, by the way, is putting in big work here as we are in the 3-gen here with Ruin, regressing all of our gens very significantly. Yeah. So we do have a gen here that's, I think, maybe 50-60%, and then the gen upstairs is about 40-50%. We do get a hatchet, but not quite. Ooh, not hooking Yoichi there earlier, I think, we're getting punished for that, as they did manage to get the slug. We didn't get any value really out of not hooking him, so we're just missing a hook stage we otherwise would have had. And not gonna lie, at this point in the game, we kind of need to commit something. We need to get a down. We something has to happen. We can't just forever play. I know we have Ruin, but we can't forever just keep bouncing between the 2 gens here because we don't have the mobility. And we only have 1 hatchet. So you can't even constantly like pressure the gens with a hatchet, right? Like playing in the middle there. Because the moment you miss that 1 hatchet, you're off to reload, and that gives the survivors enough time to like get back on the gen, get a bit of prog going before you're back. Very good comms here for our survivors, telling Yoichi that Huntress is on her way up. We do make it to this pallet. We do get the pallet drop, and we don't connect the hatchet. No, we even threw the hatchet at the correct time to make sure that it's not interrupted by the stun, but it unfortunately was a bit down into the left. Gonna get a reload here and once again go undetectable. We have to just commit a chase. I feel we have to get it down. It is so paramount we get it down right now, especially if we get it down on Quan. Get it down, get a pain res. We could potentially see like the gens regress even more, and this is what you need here. Last Sphere, the gens, you need to get gen pressure back on your side, but it's very hard when it's the last generator available, even through Ruin. Oh my, what a dodge by Yoichi, sorry, not Quan. They do fall down, and we do get the down here. Are we going to slug again? It looks like it, as yeah, no, the last gen finishes. I think honestly we go back and hook Quan, right? Are we gonna commit a chase here on not Quan, Yoichi? Are we gonna commit a chase here onto Yumiko? If we go back hook Yoichi, that's another 2 stages. That puts us at a 7-stage win condition. But I think I think this is a bit of a high risk play, right? So if this doesn't pay off, we get 5 stages. If we catch Quan, it's 8 stages potentially. But if we went back and picked Yoichi, it'll be 7 stages. So like there's a single stage variance from the current guaranteed result and the best possible result, but there's a 2 stage variance between the current result and the worst possible result. So I think honestly the better play there was to pick Yoichi, but I might be wrong. We might still catch Quan. It what do you call that? It might pay off here. It's a bit of a risk, but I guess if you're trying to shoot for your win to set a high win con, right? Like you kind of want to get that bigger number. That like eight is so much stronger than 5. And as well, I mean, like eight stage as well as like you'd love 8 stage over 7 stage. It makes it a bit harder here, especially 8 stage 4 fresh. Like that's really strong. So the variance was 7 stage 3 fresh, 5 stage 3 fresh, or 8 stage 4 fresh. And it looks like at this point we might actually see a 5 stage 3 fresh here if our survivors mess up. Don't mess up here. Oh my, and we do force the locker. Will we get a pull? No, we're opting to slug. There is also a world, by the way, this is 4K zeros, but I think this requires the survivors to make so many like significant mistakes. I think surely a gate opens by now, right? Like we're in chase here with Yoichi. A gate doesn't. Okay, there. I was gonna say the gate here is not open, but they do manage to open the gate at the opposite end of the map. We know where everyone is now. We know Khan is kind of in the other gate. Yoichi here taking the chase. They need to make it somewhere. Are we just gonna get hit in the back by an insta down hatchet? Probably. We do get the down. Once again, we could opt to take the guaranteed 7 stage 7 stage 3 fresh, but I think we are opting to shoot either for a 4K 0 or 8 stage 4 fresh here. Oh. This is I mean this still could go very, very poorly for the survivors if they make a bit too many mistakes here. We force the pull. Will we see a hook here? Okay, we see the hook, putting us on a 6 stage 3 fresh score. If they leave Yumiko here, it's gonna be 7 stage 3 fresh, which I think like probably not like I don't know. If I was the survivors here, I think that would probably be a good play here, but we do catch Yoichi. This could turn into an 8 stage 4 fresh if we down Yoichi here. And we do. And the gate is not open. We could now pick Yoichi and maybe hook. Or we could go and force Quan out of the trial or catch Quan. This could result in either a 4K 0 here or a 9 stage 3 fresh. Ooh, the Quan does get the pull. Oh, it does not connect. Missing Quan by inches. I think at this point we go back. We go pick our survivor. And we just take our stages. Yes, as we do see that, and we will be seeing our Huntress here. We do hear the hatch below us, unfortunately. And we will be seeing an 8 stage 3 fresh result here by Last Fear, which makes our 0 Practice killer have an 8 stage 4 fresh win condition or a 9 stage win condition. Yeah, no, very well played here by our survivors. Like Last Fear had some crazy hatchet hits, but unfortunately, like towards that last generator, the survivors just played it so safe, communicated it so well, played around that undetectable, and they just couldn't get those hatchet hits. And that end game was, I don't know, that end game was a bit spicy. It could have gone so many ways, I feel. There was a world there that was just a 5 stage 3 fresh game. There's also a world there where it's a 4K 0, but it's yeah. We're gonna move on to our next set now, and we'll be back momentarily. Hello and welcome back to Blood Rush League Season 4. main bracket round 3 here with 0Practice versus Senzu, and we are here on our second tiebreaker game with Good Khan on the Huntress here in Gideon Meat Plant with our Forest Eerie Head and Wooden Fox. Very fun set the Huntress is. We have this season with very unusual add-ons and an unusual map to mix things up. We have a win condition of 9 stage, 4 fresh, or 8 stage, 4 fresh. Oh, sorry, 9 stages or 8 stage, 4 fresh. As the previous killer got 8 stage, 3 fresh. And we do spot, I believe that was Nancy, and we do get an immediate kick and into a chase. We get some value here from Undying, giving us the aura of Ada. And we are running Thrill, Undying, Ruin, Wretched Fate, which is a very nasty hex build. Very excited to see how this goes. Will we get the hatchet? Will we get an insta-down? We have Bloodlust 1. Ada's playing the drop-down palette here. Will she drop it? Oh! And there goes Ada. Unfortunate. As Slasher does go down. And we will be getting a pick here. Very good axe here by Good Khan. Very, very solid first down. However, the gen here looks like it's very much so in progress. And we will be getting our first hook of the trial. Ruin eating away at the bottom generator here, getting good value. And we did see Tori run up towards, run upstairs. I'll be honest, guys, I'm not very good at the clock on Gideon Meat Plant. But this is a very, very good hook, because you have a generator that's currently... we threw an axe at the ground. We have a generator that's currently regressing with Ruin, a very high progress generator, right? So they committed a lot of survivor time to do it, and we have the hook right next to it. So this is pretty much Tori might as well could have been AFK for the entirety of that first part of the game, as the gen will be, if the gen regresses to 0, all of our work there pretty much means nothing, and it costs nothing too because of Ruin. We don't even spend a gen regression, we don't increase the gen regression up the limit that caps out at 8. We did see a survivor. It's going to be very hard to unhook in Huntress's face here, as she does have the Eerie Hatchet, which makes it an insta-down. We're just going to camp out Slasher here till second stage, I believe. And we will be seeing that second stage come through any second now. Oh, very good. And we threw the hatchet anywhere. They're throwing the hatchet because they wanted to get undetectable. Fair enough. Yeah, okay. Because we do have Wooden Fox, which gives us undetectable and reload. And we can see here, Nia gets caught off guard. And we do get our insta-down. And that will be our third stage of the trial and our second fresh. Very good stuff here by Khan. The undetectable really requires the team to be on point with calming where the killer is going. As a single mistake like that, like leaving the gen late and getting caught off without a resource, just means that you just get insta-down. We will get a very quick pull here by Tori. Oh, and Fear does a very good hit take here. You can't insta-down Fear because they did have endurance. We still have our axe, and we have our totem. I think this mid totem was Wretched Fate, as it was a dull totem earlier, if I recall correctly. And we are on the chase onto Nia here. Will we get the down? We have Bloodlust 1. And we do get the down. Very good axe here by Khan. Khan's been on point with these axes, by the way. He hasn't missed a single one, which is very, very, very cool to see. And we'll be getting our second stage here. Second stage onto Last Fear, which puts us on 2 Deathhook survivors with 3 gens remaining, which is a bit of a scary position, I'm not gonna lie. If Ada dies here, and we got into the 1v3, it could be cooked. And if they're not able to pull Fear, and it goes to the 1v3, it also could be cooked. We do spot Ada, but we don't commit. It looks like we're gonna try and punish the unhooks here with our insta-down hatchets. Ooh, and Tori unfortunately losing that mind game, as well as they what do you call that? We do not have a red stain, as we are undetectable. No, this is not good. We have a slug at the hook. We have a generator regressing at the hook. I think it's fully regressed at this point, I'll be honest. And we have a survivor that's injured and a survivor that's healthy. It honestly looks like Last Fear is gonna die on a hook here. So we do get a generator to pop in this in the distance. Like, I think this pretty much secures like the kill on Flasser. I don't think they will be pulling this. All that's left now, I think, is for Khan to find Ada, which we do. And this very well could turn into a 4K2, I'll be honest. Yep. We'll get the pull on Ada here, right next to the hook. We're gonna go hook Ada. Karamazov does pick Krell off the ground, so this means that we kind of know where they are, right? So we'll get the hook here. We'll see the gen that's high prog is not being worked on, which means Ruin is eating away at it. Krell has Wretched Fate. I don't see a world where the survivors finish a generator here if Khan plays this correctly. They have to have like a big chase on the other side of the map and for Khan to like overcommit. But honestly, with how Khan's been performing, I don't think they're gonna like. I really doubt that they'll be able to. Oh no! What a dodge! And when Khan's gonna opt to reload. I was gonna say, with how Khan's been playing, I don't think they'll overcommit a chase. They did see a second separate pair of scratch marks. Oh, and the undetectable into the M1. Yep, and with this slug right next to the gen, it is not looking good here for our survivors. This is honestly looking like a 4K2, which is, yeah. Another hook goes through, and they cannot let Tori die here. They have to somehow finish 2 gens without Tori dying. As this puts us at 7 stage 3 fresh. And yeah, with that axe, Khan will be securing our 4K2 here. Unfortunately, Tori is still first stage and we are unable to Mori. And so we're just gonna have to pick and hook. And yeah, that secures the set and the match here for 0Practice. Very well played. This will mean that Senzu will be going down to lower bracket while 0Practice continues on the main bracket. So it's not, we will still be seeing both of these teams still. So looking forward to seeing them play some more. And we are kind of stuck. Amazing. Dead by Daylight is a good game with no bugs. But yeah, no, thank you all for being here. That, honestly, the Eerie Hatchet Wooden Fox on Gideon Meat Plant on Huntress is such a fun set. It's very different and you don't see it a lot. So hope all the teams had fun. And I hope all of you guys had fun watching it. I hope to see you guys all next time and have a great rest of the day. Bye.